So how should you think about body positivity? Is it actually useful? Does it create more good, or does it actually go to the other side and actually been taken, too far? We're gonna go deep into that in this video. But before that, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button below, because on this channel, I'm gonna show you how to build a great looking, strong, healthy, high performing, high energy body without starvation, without cardio, and without cutting out carbs. What's up, everybody? This is Coach Amir from 7figurebody.com, and in this video we're going to talk about body positivity. You probably heard about this, and you probably know some of the famous people out there who actually have huge followers and huge numbers of followers, and people who really look up to them, that are all about body positivity. So I wanted to share a couple of thoughts on that and actually really go deep into what are the issues with this and what happens when something that generally is a good idea with probably good intentions behind it, just like intuitive eating, for example, which you can look here, click here to see that video. So it actually ends up being something completely different. So just like everything else, there are good and bad things about body positivity. So what is it first? Well, generally speaking, body positivity, not looking at definitions and whatever it is, but just like what normal person, when they hear what body positivity could be, they probably think about simply comes down to loving your body as it is right now. And this is the one thing, probably the only thing, that I really wholeheartedly agree with. You absolutely should love your body, regardless of if you're, overweight, not overweight, skinny, less muscle, more muscle, tall, short, whatever, gender, age, I don't know, something, because, some people think that, you have to be this way in order to be good looking or pretty or beautiful. And this is absolutely incorrect. Everybody truly is beautiful. I believe that every human being in the world should love themselves exactly as they are right now at this moment. But that does not mean that if somebody is overweight, they should take that and say, hey, I am 100 pounds overweight, I love my body, and therefore I'm gonna keep doing that. And again, if they know all of the side effects that come from being overweight and how that negatively affects their health, and they say, I know that, I'm totally okay with it, I don't care, then so be it. Nobody in this world should have the right to tell them, hey, you should lose that weight because it's good for you. Is it scientifically proven that it's very unhealthy to be overweight? So is it unhealthy for somebody to be overweight? Yes, of course it is. But if that person knows that, they're aware of it, and they say, I really could care less. If I die tomorrow, or if I have a heart attack, at 45, that is my choice, and I should be let them be to do whatever they want. I wholeheartedly agree with that. They certainly should. Yes, there's like these second order effects, like if somebody dies at 40 and their parents are still alive, it's gonna really be bad because these parents are gonna feel horrible. But again, knowing that that person is an adult and they're doing it knowing what these side effects are, and they still chose that life, then by all means, do it. That is your right. You should do with your body whatever you want. The issues that I have with body positivity is, so for example, let's say somebody's 50 pounds overweight or 60 or 30, whatever, and they've tried stupid diets that have never had any chance of working, and they didn't lose the weight. They just kept, yo-yo dieting, so now they weigh more than they did before they started the first diet, which is pretty much everybody. I've been there when I was, as a fat kid trying to lose weight. 6 years later, I was 230 pounds. So I started being like 30 pounds overweight. I ended up being like 50 pounds overweight simply because I was doing, every wrong diet, every stupid diet out there. There was no internet, there was coaches, there was nothing there that you could actually get the right information. So I just kept gaining more weight. Now, did I love my body at the time? No, I absolutely hated my body. Why? Because I was doing what I absolutely suggest everybody not to do, which is I was watching some whatever video, and I looked at Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he looks amazing, and I was like, oh my God, I want to look like that. So if I don't look like him, then my body's horrible and I'm very unhappy with it. This is what not to do. Never ever compare yourself to first anybody else, because nobody else is you. You shouldn't want to have the body of anybody else. If you want to actually work on your body, then your goal should be the best looking body that you can have, given your genes, your, all the other things that make you unique. That's what the goal should be if you have a goal of being in great shape. If you don't, well, that's totally fine. But body positivity actually goes way further and goes deeper and makes it into something horrible. For example, somebody's a little bit overweight and they say, well, I love my body, whether I'm fat, whether I'm overweight, whether I'm skinny, it doesn't matter, so they keep eating. So basically, that's their card, their excuse to keep eating and keep gaining weight until they become obese. So what did we get now? We had a person who was overweight, and for their health, let's say that was this much bad, like it was bad, okay. Now they're like, well, body positivity says I should love my body even if I'm 600 pounds, it doesn't matter, which again, that is true. Even if you're 600 pounds, you should love your body, absolutely, but you should not use that as an excuse to say, hey, nothing can be done, I give up, so let me just eat anything I want, as much as I want, and become as obese as, this will push me to. Well, this is, where it really gets to be very, very, very negative in my opinion. And that's why you have, famous rappers and whoever else, celebrities saying that, well, fat is beautiful, which again, those two things are unrelated. I do not see somebody being overweight versus somebody being in shape with how beautiful they are. These things are completely unrelated. Absolutely, everybody is beautiful in their own way. And the only thing that actually makes a man better looking than the other one is the person judging that, right? So somebody can look at Brad Pitt and say, this is a great looking man. Some other woman can look at that and say, nah, it's cool, but I like this other guy more, right? So, and same thing with, everybody else. We truly are all beautiful in our own way, but when this is pushed, this body positivity of like, love your body, which again, yes, you absolutely should. These things are unrelated. Should you love your body and what type of body shape and or fitness level you're at, unrelated things. Another thing that is actually very, very, very negative is eating disorders, depression, all of these mental, actual diseases and issues that people can have that are true, require professional help. And these can be exacerbated and made even worse with somebody saying, hey, my famous actor here was a little bit overweight, and then they said, I love myself regardless, and then they started eating and eating and eating, they became obese now, and all of the people who are influenced by that celebrity can now say, hey, my famous celebrity, went from a little bit overweight to obese, and they said they still love themselves, and I should love myself too, so let me become obese as well. This is, of course, the worst of it, but we know that also the other side of that coin is in the industry. You have, for example, YouTube and Instagram and TikTok fitness, celebrities that are basically all on steroids, which I'm going to do another, special and separate video on steroid use. But they are on steroids and they have these unnatural bodies that you can never build naturally. And then people watch that and they say, oh my God, this guy looks amazing. I want to look like that. And unless I look like him, I'm always going to be unhappy. I'm going to hate my body. I look like shit and whatever else people think. And by the way, I was there for many years, so I'm not judging anybody. I'm saying I know exactly how that feels, because if I don't look like Arnold, if I don't look like Jean-Claude Van Damme, then I look like shit. It's not good enough, right? Now, of course, one thing that I have to suggest to you is this book and anything by Nathaniel Branden. He actually talks about self-esteem. Another book that is really, really staple that I give every one of my clients to read. It's a mandatory read. It's a Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. It talks about self-image, and it's really all about how you perceive yourself physically. So from a fat kid, I turned into, professional athlete and, looked pretty good, but I was still like, yeah, I'm probably still fat. Yes, I have an 8-pack, but still, I'm just a fat kid deep inside. This is what self-image being completely messed up looks like. And by the way, at least from my experience of doing this for almost 15 years, and basically this being my whole life, I can tell you that anybody who's ever been, at least one time, for any length of time, overweight, probably the chances of their self-image being very bad are high. Probably you don't like your body, you think, and this is actually very common with fitness models. They get into 6-7% body fat, so extremely lean. Anything after that is just they think they're fat. So, you were at 7% one time and now you're at 11% body fat. You still think you're really, really fat and you look like shit, even though you look freaking amazing from the standpoint of most of the world. But that's not 7%. I have like a little bit of fat here and therefore that's not good enough. So these are the things that you really, really have to work on. And just so you know, if you are there, if you don't like right now how your body looks like, and or you think it's not good enough, or you want to be leaner even if you look good already, whatever that means to you, remember that there is a way to figure this out and actually improve. So reading Psycho-Cybernetics is the #1 thing. Second, working on your self-esteem. You know, 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden is a phenomenal book. I could not recommend it higher. So those are a couple of things that I have, the couple of thoughts that I have on body positivity. So guys, now I would like to know what you think. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about body positivity? Is it something that is actually mainly good or mainly not good? What does it lead people to? And give me some examples of extremes of this that you have seen and found. Share it in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, click that like button below and click the notification bell as well, so you can see every time we get the new video. You're gonna get awesome information that's gonna help you to lose all the weight you want and build an awesome looking, high performing, high energy body without starvation, cardio, or giving up carbs. So guys, that's it for this video. I appreciate you being here. See you in the next one. Cheers.